Snatching of handkerchief, or commonly known as agawan panyo o laglag panyo, it is commonly played by children, usually using handkerchief. In the Philippines, due to limited resources of toys of Filipino children, they usually come up on inventing games without the need of anything but the players themselves. With the flexibility of a real human to think and act makes this game more interesting and challenging. A few decades ago, kids used to gather in the street or in their neighborhood playground to play their favorite larong Pinoy games like piko, patintero, taguan, tumbang preso, siato, utsong tinik, etc. This has been the regular and popular pastimes. But at the inventive mind of someone, the agawan ng panyo came up and became popular, especially for the street children, because it only need a single handkerchief and just themselves. Some people says that the more of the traditional games, including agawan ng panyo, does not no longer played. But it is not true, because as of now, there are thousands of street children who played it. And there are a lot of people that use agawan ng panyo as one of their favorite games in their parties or events.
A handkerchief held by a person is set at the middle of two teams that are 15 meters away from the center. One representative at a time from each time will be choosing to play. The goal is to grab the handkerchief before the other team. When a player successfully grabs the handkerchief and brings it back to their place, then they get 1 point. The team first to get to the target number of points wins. Players must wait for the signal before they start. Facilitators will stand by the bases of the teams and will keep watch for violations and fouls. The opposing player can attempt to steal the handkerchief from the player that currently has the handkerchief. Players may not handle the handkerchief in any way part of holding it with their hands. The game is set in a round-robin format to the 3 groups. First to get 10 points wins. Will be given to teams that violate the rules. Have a good sport. Thank you.
Material used for agawan ng panyo, you'll be needing 2 base markers like slippers or stone and also the panyo. Game itself or playtime. It's make you happy and you can enjoy yourself, and the important is you can get bored from playing because it is fun to play. And also the physical demands of this game such as running, catching, throwing, hitting, and other skills. Many components of physical fitness can be improved.
The mechanics in agawang panyo are: the first is, a handkerchief held by a person is set at the middle of the 2 teams that are 15 meters away from the center. One representative at a time from each team will be chosen to play. The goal is to grab the handkerchief before the other team. When a player successfully grabs the handkerchief and brings it back to their base, then they get 1 point. The team first to get to the target number of points wins. The second is, players must wait for the signal before they start. The third is, facilitators will stand by the bases of the teams and will keep watch for violations and fouls. The fourth is, the opposing player can attempt to steal the handkerchief from the player that currently has the handkerchief. The fifth is, players may not handle the handkerchief in any way apart from holding it with their hands. The sixth is, the game is set in a round robin format for the 3 groups. First to get 10 points wins. The 7 is, penalties will be given to the teams that violate the rules. And the last is, the players must have fun and be a good sport.
How to play agawan ng panyo. So, agawan ng panyo will have 2 teams and they will be forming a line adjacent to each other. So, meaning each player will be facing their opponent and they will have a 15-meter gap from each other. So, the goal is to grab the handkerchief before the other team and bring it back to their base. So, when a player successfully grabs the handkerchief, then they get 1 point.
How to win the game. At a given signal, players from each team run towards the handkerchief. They each stand, one hand posed to snatch the handkerchief and the other hand ready to tag the player who touches the handkerchief first. One player grabs the handkerchief and tries to run away with it. If the snatcher successfully returns to his line with the handkerchief, he scores a point for his team. If the snatcher is tagged, no point is scored for either team. The team scoring the greater number of points wins the game.